I made some minor changes to the deck, and one of the biggest questions was like, how does a deck look? Well, first of all, look at my hand. Look at this hand. I drew Memory. You never want to draw Memory, but look what this accomplishes, which is pretty cool. I send the regame. Go for Arriving Light, effect, special. You just want to get to SMSD as fast as possible. And the good thing about this guy is that it summons Brotor, and it can get me to Libellion, which is insane. That will get me to the trap. Because sometimes in Omni with the spot removal, it's pretty damn good. Of course, Bal will reinforce that board. Unknown information. So they can play into it for your benefit. So that's like the good thing about having like concealed information. So I discard the Memory, does nothing. Go for Libellion. Effect. Banish Whale's Dragon. Effect. Send that. You send this because you can reborn this. So you have, since you have 3 of them, right? Typically you always summon this guy back, but you send him because you like sometimes you don't really want to force and summon your Druid Swarm to get full value off of the Branded Beast. So then that means you just summon this guy whenever they summon anything. End phase, add Druid Swarm. Place Regain. So this seems kind of underwhelming, right? Against tier, it'll vary. This will hit planet, and then you have double Graveyard effects, and this banishes, you know, so it's not the worst. And then you get one more draw to potentially get another Bestial, which is pretty cool. But all these are kind of useless because I'm going against Flu. Like, it does nothing against Flu. This hand is like, okay, well, okay, so now that I know that I'm going against Flu, Druid Swarm is pretty much pointless because it can't send anything. They're all normal summon, tribute summons. So all I have right now is 2 interactions. Well, technically 3. If they go Stry or Stree, I can just bell them. You know, it'll be unexpected. Like, it does really nothing. He reveals Econ. I'm like, oh my goodness. So since I know he revealed Econ, it's a shame the SMSD is not cost. Like, it loses to Ogre, then it loses to Droplets. Like, it just taint to it. Like, I don't know, it just seems underwhelming. Like, it should not have been just. It should have been cost. Should have been cost. So I let that go. I'm thinking to myself, like, what am I really scared of, right? What am I really threatened of? No matter what, I'm gonna just try to stop the continuous spell, the one that tributes a monster. That's the only way he can get any value. So I summoned Magnum up because I want to just get in face search dragons, search for yeah. He goes for the statue. Summons this here. Like, okay, well, that's fine. Trigger that. It's okay. Add them back. So that's what I was waiting for. That continuous spell, because like I don't want to tribute my stuff. So he summons, activates it. I'm like, nope, no way. He goes battle phase. Attack, and so I'm fine with that. Get back my guy. Summon this guy. Just get another draw. Search Levy. He goes Econ to prompt my SMSD. But like at this point, I'm thinking like, what do I lose to realistically? Because he doesn't have a name in hand. He has Ryza in hand. So like, I just don't summon, and this hand doesn't summon. This plays their own map. Like, he doesn't have enough bodies to tribute that guy. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I'm free and clear. Go for Yazi. Effect. BP. Attack. I think my timer was running out. That's why I didn't go for like for game. I could have gone Changing. Yeah, I could have gone Chingy. It would have been over. So this is where the real test happens, right? Going second. Like, the Bestials do nothing versus Flu. And majority of this deck is Bestials. That's like an integral part to the deck's fundamentals. Like, you need to have Bestials. That's the point. to be a tier. So he does standard Flu stuff, right? Regular Flu stuff. He opens up the brick. But nonetheless, it's still there. But post game 1, you have to have an answer for this weakness, this inherent weakness versus this matchup, which are Dark Ruler, Evenly Mats, Lightning Storm, Twin Twisters. You're already main decking Effect Veiler. to stop the Empen. So like, yeah, it's pretty good. So then he adds, sets. He sets. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be huge. Just evenly matched. Evenly matched is gonna be huge. I attempt to go BP. He activates the Dreamtown, and he starts summoning and stuff. I'm like, okay, but he doesn't have Avian. You know? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wait, what? Yes, I guess. So he summons Barrier Statue, adds back his guys, and at this point, I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good because I have a Dark Ruler, and he has no back row. He has no back row. So what is his hand? So then I draw into the Druid Swarm, and at this point I'm like, okay, so I go Dark Ruler clears board, try to get to the pop. So I'll have a bounce and a pop. So I think that should be enough. He draws me. I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fine. But I think throughout the sequence, I forget, and I summon this guy. But I think I just needed to summon this guy to get the body. But I don't get the search, which is kind of annoying. Summon this, go for seals. Seals pop. End phase added back from grave because I can't add from deck. So I have a pop and I have a bounce. Like I'm feeling pretty good because I know his Avian's gone, and I know his Empen's gone. But majority of the players are playing multiple Empen. And this is kind of weird. I've been seeing multiple Barrier Statues as well. I mean, it's not as prevalent, but still, I've seen it around. Effect, banishes Empen. Go for that Ryza. And this is where I just go chain. And he has a Cosmic from my freaking Branded Beast. Stree. Summon that. Get an end phase search. He attacks me. Get Destrudo just to have some, like, a pop. I draw into Illumination. I'm like, oh, yes, this is over. This is over. Here's like, how does Flu win majority of the time? If they have the Barrier Statue and they threaten you with the Field Spell and the Dreaming Gem. Without that, the Rise is on the field. He can't spin anything. Like, what's he gonna do? But that's how you beat Flunder game post game 1 with your side deck. Because yeah, let's be honest, the main deck is it's odds are against you in the main deck. There's just no way. Let's go battle phase. Attack. So right here I'm like, please don't have Dark Ruler. Because if he has Dark Ruler, it'll get him back into the game because he has his names. And he plays multiple Empen, so it can be a bit problematic. It can be a bit problematic. Return my chain 1, chain 2, negate, chain, over. So these are the minor changes. I added Dragon Shrine. I added Fool's Barrier. I tried the deck without the Arriving Light package, but it was just so underwhelming. Like it just didn't seem worth it. Like might as well just play Dragon Link, you know. But like the fact that you add this element just gives it its own like style, because it's similar to how Dragon Link plays, where Seals is like the backup plan, right? Like if all else fails, you do this no matter what, you know, and then you get it's a bounce, it's an interaction, and you get recursion because of the summon of Magnuma, and you search end phase. It's just too good. But like if all goes well, you summon your SMSD, you summon your Libellion, you have your trap, you have this face up, you have this as well, yeah, and you have Beasters in hand. Like it's quite good. It's a very minimal setup. It's not as impressive as like when you do the full sync on board, but it's consistent enough to where okay, it's pretty good. It's not bad. And there's like some niche, weird lines that you can do that makes your opponent guess like incorrectly and anticipate incorrectly, which is something that's always a good thing when you have a combo deck. Because if a combo deck is really linear, they'll know where to interact, and then you become like, oh well, I did all these resources, I did all these lines to try to bait you, but it didn't really fulfill anything. Especially in the beginning of the deck's exposure, right? Because before anyone knows how to play against it, they have no clue how to play against it, so you'll get away with it. But once it becomes apparent, the good players will catch on where to interact, and that's what you want to make sure that, okay, even if they do know where to interact, you can still progress. You can still be resilient enough to push past that interaction and still establish something, you know, at the very minimal. But yeah, it's still pretty fun. I ended up, if you notice, I'm playing bells because I was going against so many tiers. Like, this is good against tiers as well, but like tier main decks bestials, and majority of the time when you did go first, this did nothing, because like they would have a bestial that would bestial your trail, that would bestial this, or they'll bestial your Libellion. I was like, oh my god, it's so annoying. So I just wanted to main deck in this. And if you're going against Flu, which is a 1 out of 10, which was 9 out of 10 matches, it was all tier but 1 Flu. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So I was like, I'll cut my losses. I'll just, if I lose game 1, so be it. That's fair. Get post game 1, I go first, do my little setup. Game 2, blow them out with all these. Like you just have to come to terms with that. Like, there's no ifs or ways around it. You just have to that's just how it is, you know. But yeah, it's pretty cool when you have these two, because like the fact that you draw is pretty insane. Like having this face up, it just nets you so much advantage, and especially because you want to draw into more bestials, because it's just more bodies, and they contribute to Wallow and contribute to this. It's just so cool. Like, Synchro Summon, draw on the card. Like, first off, you draw. Well, the first one doesn't really count because you draw into this, but I guess it kind of does, because it cancels out, because you discard for this, search for this. I guess it varies, but like after that, you're just getting +1s because you're just Synchro Summoning. And you just draw. Like, it's just crazy. And then summoning from hand as well. Summoning like the bell from hand. Summoning the strudel from hand. It's pretty wild. But yeah, dude, it's pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. That's basically going to be it. I'll try to get more matches with this, because it's still going to be ever changing. Because I'm not sure. I still like Triple Trail. Triple Trail, I think, is correct. It just, the amount of times I had it in hand and had Bestial, like, okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's so good. Hopefully, just do that. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.